to 4:30 p.m. and Saturday 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. It's all about the day-to-day activities in the Nigerian political space. Views of political actors from various political parties on political process. Views of labor leaders, and most importantly, your views. Views of the common Nigerian. Tune in to Ebonade 103.5 FM or you join online via mixlr.com/gistfm every Monday and Saturday. What are your political views? Keep a date.
Okay, guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching from. Please like, subscribe, and share, right? The subscribe button is right here. Check this out. It's on Amazon.com, Hip Hop and Igbo Culture by yours faithfully, Martin Fine Quickers, all right? You rock. It's also available at St. Teresa's Catholic Church, Omonia, also available at St. Michael's Catholic Church, Abacha. Stick around.
Rock only on the morning drive. Make it a date with Martin Fine aka Meta.
And Tracy FEMNR aka Classy.
From Monday to Friday from 7 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. on the morning drive. 105
Good morning and welcome to Ebonade 103.5 FM. Today, the 10th day of May 2024. Today is Friday and the time is 2 minutes past the hour of 7. Lines on Ebonade 103.5 FM. This morning we are going to take you through the news, making the headlines on Nigerian newspapers. But before we do that, let's go for a short break. When we come back, we'll continue on the stories making the headlines. Please stay with us.
Do you know that you have the right to political broadcasting? The National Broadcasting Commission says any person, group of persons, or organization aggrieved by the content of a broadcast or the conduct of a broadcast station may lodge a complaint to the station and all right to the Director General, National Broadcasting Commission, number 20, Ibrahim Taiwo Street, Asokoro, Abuja, or send a mail via info@nbc.gov.ng. Please ensure that the complaint includes name of the broadcast station, title of the program, date and time of broadcast, and essence of the complaint. Also, remember to include your name, address, telephone number, email, and append your signature. Note that the complaint must reach the NBC within 14 days of the queried broadcast. NBC, your right to quality broadcasting.
You're welcome back to newspaper headlines on Ebonade 103.5 FM. This morning, we are going to take you through the news. Leadership, Vanguard, Punch, Sun, Daily Post, The Nation, this day. And if time permits, we're also going to take a look at the Nigerian Tribune newspapers. Remember that you can become part of the conversation by sending your reactions via SMS or WhatsApp messages on 08096661035. You can as well join us on Facebook as well live at Ebonade 103.5 FM. Drop your comments on the comment section of the live video. You can equally stream us online via mixlr.com/gistfm. I am Martin. Let's get started with the Guardian newspaper this morning. House of Reps directs CBN to halt implementation of 0.5% levy on e-transactions. House probes Lagos Calabar Highway alleged visa racketeering. Nigeria gets 33 trillion naira from telecos as FX. Others oppose fresh threat. Federal government recaptures more Suleja inmates to modernize the fire academy. Wabara asks Tinubu to caution Wike over Rivers crisis. Sirika, daughter, son-in-law deny 4.13 billion naira fraud charges. Delta fills 4 lakhs in 200 slot army recruitment quota. Police beef up security along Lagos-Ibadan Expressway over kidnapping, robbery. Kaduna to relocate 359 schools over insecurity. 2.3 million displaced persons fuel climate change in Northeast, says IOM. Tenants suffer ejection as army lawyer tango over property in Enugu. Kefas condemns attack on electrical installation in Taraba. One reportedly killed, several injured in fresh Okuama violence. Group warns against police impunity, demands a release of abducted journalists. Alleged abuse of office, EFCC tenders document against MFLA. Police arrest man with 14 ATM cards in Ogun. Unknown assailants kill 23 Ekiti commercial motorcycle in 3 months. Unknown assailants kill 23 Ekiti commercial motorcyclists in 3 months. Oyo demolishes illegal structures along Ojo Market. SEC imposes 10 million naira penalty on unauthorized security issuance. Nigerian Union of Journalists kicks as Iyaloja of Ilore Market sues Vanguard correspondent. Subsidy removal. FX at 84. NCS hands over military drones, $1.25 million fake bills to Army, EFCC. FCT records 1,278 SGBV cases, NAPTIP reveals. Government recommits to completing Abuja, Kaduna, Kanu, Kastina Road project. Kanu, Pfizer meets over progress in research center project. NMPCL pledges commitment to oil, gas infrastructure. Foundation authorizes documentary series on Nelson Mandela's life. ASR Africa awards 250 million naira grant to University of Uyo. Nigerian youth among best worldwide, says Bowen Varsity, one-day vice chancellor. World Health Organization, FAO, and CDC, Nigerian Center for Disease Control, others collaborate with University of Ibadan for healthcare improvement. Entries for science prize rise by 53%. Ogun cleric faces trial over alleged assault on female tenant. Federal government set to launch world-class fire academy as Tinubu clocks 1 year in office. University of Abuja's medical dental teachers shun ASU strike. Federal government releases 1,437.5 metric tons of food in Niger. Bank donates a borehole, renovates a PHC, distributes food to Nasarawa communities. Nenna Manne Kamma for burial tomorrow. Oyo State government vows to prosecute sexual offenders. Taxation key in development of economy, says CITN. Again, kidnappers raid Kogi community, abduct 2, injure victim's mother. Reps probes Foreign Affairs Ministry missions over alleged visa racketeering, maltreatment of Nigerians. Enugu FAAN set up committee on infrastructural upgrade of Enugu Airport. Osun Governor inaugurates state-of-the-art vehicle testing service center. AHF, civil society organizations raise concern over World Health Organization pandemic agreement proposal. Lagos, Kanu, rail line ready for operations, federal government. Saudi Arabia to boost investment in Nigeria's agricultural sector. Speaker alleges Fubara's plans to demolish Rivers Assembly residential quarters. NAFDAC shuts down illegal alcohol factory in Badagry. Arrest suspect. Senate passes bill to increase salaries of Chief Justice of Nigeria, other justices. Court dismisses suit challenging federal government on 23 trillion naira ways and means loans. Inspector General of Police not involved in Daniel Ojuku's detention. Police spokesman. Employment scam. ICPC secures 5-year jail term for Nigerian Security Civil Defense Corps Commandant. Tinubu appoints Ogun Osun River Basin MD. Senate backs federal government, CBN, over cybersecurity levy. Senate prescribes death sentence for manufacturers of hard drugs. Agency seals Abuja school hotel over tax evasion. United States government and FCMB enter partnership to strengthen Nigeria's private health sector. Ondo moves to curb maternal mortality. Trains birth attendants. Fubara visits Rivers Assembly quarters after pro-Wike lawmakers reenact local government bill. Russian military tech must be one step ahead. Putin. Zelensky officially appoints ex-army chief ambassador to UK. Bullying. University expels 2 students over viral video. House of Reps directs CBN to stop cyber security levy. Bauchi, Gombe, Adamawa assemblies to adopt a policy to reduce out-of-school children. Ringleader of mutilation website jailed for life in UK. Prince Harry, wife, to arrive Nigeria on Friday. Military. Edo government denies court case against Oba of Benin. Boeing plane leaves runway in Senegal, injuring 11. ASU raises alarm over looming industrial crisis in Kano Varsity. Bad policies, forced sacking of Microsoft's Nigerian team. Source: Panama Papers law firm. Boss: Ramon Fonsees dead. UK's Cameron to urge NATO countries to boost defense spending. Nigerian army owns Enugu property on Abakaliki Road. Spokesman. Rivers Democratic Agenda applauds Oko Jumbo on emergence as HOA speaker. That's the much we can take from the Guardian newspaper this morning. From the Guardian newspaper, we'll flip over to Leadership newspaper. Reforms. Egypt's economic crisis holds lessons for Nigeria. GTCO, 7 others opposed to 1.3 trillion naira pre-tax profit in Q1. Labour issues 7-day ultimatum over electricity tariff hike. Access Bank rewards customers with 200 million naira in different draws. KEDCO official found dead after phone call from ex-colleague. How to check your 2024 UTME results. Court awards actor Femi Adebayo 25 million naira against streaming channel. Tinubu Chetima group vows to expose those against a president's 2027 re-election. Governor Fubara storms Rivers Assembly quarters, mows renovation. Edo Guba court will rectify Labour Party primaries infractions in favor of Imasobong group. Police body confers award on late Kwara senator. Edo Guba ex-Niger Delta militants endorse Opebelo. And Kio Bridge back Fubara's non-recognition of pro-Wike lawmakers. And Kio Bridges backs Fubara's non-recognition of pro-Wike lawmakers. Senate once let Ubunia Onu immortalize. Stay focused. You have started well, Akume tells Governor Ododo. Super Eagles star Tijani Babangida cheats death, loses brother to in ghastly accident. Atletico Stadium closure for racist abuse overturned. Atletico Stadium closure for racist abuse overturned. United Nations proclaims May 25th as World Football Day. Reforms. Egypt's economic crisis holds lessons for Nigeria. GTCO, 7 others post 1.3 trillion naira pre-tax profit in Q1. IMF lost CBN's bank recapitalization policy, projects 24% inflation by year end. FEM launches cyber agric app to revolutionize agricultural sector. Access Bank rewards customers with 200 million naira in different draws. And that's the much we can take from the leadership newspaper this morning. From the leadership newspaper, we flip over to the Vanguard newspaper. 24 hours after Army's exit, 1 person macheted, 3 injured as intruders loot Ukuama Ewu. Lagos Calabar Coastal Highway project not okayed by National Assembly. Procurement for probe reps. Cash transfer scheme raised household savings but had little other impacts. World Bank may it allow flays alleged killing of members in Southeast. Senate reps disagree on implementation of a cyber security levy. IMF cautions the federal government against CBN Act amendment. Customers complaints force banks to refund 1.18 billion naira. Senate okays death penalty for manufacturers of dangerous drugs. NEITI cites resources mobilization as a reason for oil industry audit. Civil service facing existential crisis. Tunji Olapa. IMF cautions the federal government against CBN Act amendment. Lagos Calabar Coastal Highway project not okayed by National Assembly. Procurement for probe reps. We don't want Fubara here. Our quarters still new. Assembly Speaker Amewelo. Call Wike to order now before Rivers burn. Wabara tells Tinubu why I visited Rivers Assembly quarters Fubara. Reps order CBN to halt implementation of 0.5% levies on e-transactions. Court grants Buhari's ex-minister Sirika daughter orders 100 million naira bail. Nigerian army arrests soldier for illegal ammunition, grenades hidden in bags of rice. Prince Harry, Meghan arrive Nigeria Friday. Trump accuses Biden of siding with Hamas. 317 people deported to Osun must be brought back to Lagos. Falana. Detained journalist Daniel Ojukwu will be released soon. Police. Still on the stories making the headlines on the Vanguard newspaper this morning. Edo government denies involvement in suit against Benin monarch. Lagos Calabar Coastal Highway, Labour Party, PDP, Rep. Afenifere kicks at Zumahe battles article. Cyber security levy will further pauperize Nigerians. TUC, Obi, Northern Coalition, Microsoft not leaving Nigeria, African Development Center, just a department, presidency. IMF cautions federal government against CBN Act amendment. Energy crisis. Port Harcourt worry refineries to be fully operational in 2024. Cyber security levy as a burden on businesses unjustifiable. Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry. NEITI cites resources mobilization as a reason for oil industry audit. Securities issuance. SEC rules out regulations for private companies. That's the much we can take from the Vanguard newspaper this morning. Still on the stories making the headlines on Nigerian newspapers this morning, from the Vanguard newspaper, we'll flip over to Punch newspaper. Rescued Chibok girl, 3 children released to Borno government. Bill to raise judges' pay, scale second reading. Oni disowns alleged son, petitions police. Federal government plans new 125-bed facility at Suleja. 2.7 billion naira fraud. Court imposes travel ban on Sirika, daughter. Christ Embassy to hold 4-day testimony series. Senate okays death penalty for drug traffickers. Coastal Highway probe. Reps to summon Edum, Umahi AGF. Abduction. Citizens slam IG for detaining journalists beyond legal limits. Ondo Women Group demands female deputy governor. Nigeria on track to attain food security. Tinubu. Edo Labour Party share. Youth leader disagree over ESCO dissolution. Lagos State government to allocate homes to 698 workers by ballot. Commissioner. Tinubu, Abiodun, Amosun. Others hail Awujale at 90. Farumbi. Others canvass return to parliamentary government. Presidential amnesty program committed to Niger Delta Peace Administration. Emefiele, contractor alleges $600,000 payment after CBN contract award. Olopa, canvasses merit in government appointments. Rivers crisis. Fubara, lawmakers lock horns again. Lagos State Traffic Management Authority warns truck drivers against roadside parking. Price hike. Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission. Lagos State government to sanction airing supermarkets. Price hike. Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission. Lagos State government to sanction airing supermarkets. Ishekiri stakeholders demand clarification on Trans Facado's pipeline surveillance contract. Reps probe plight of Nigerians abroad over inefficient consular services. Kwara approves 1.4 billion naira for Ilorin Smart City. Name persons sponsoring insecurity. Kanu governor tells DSS. 52,000 northern women get inputs for wet season famine. One feared killed as a returning Okwama villagers catch suspected looters. Human trafficking. National Agency for Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons empowers 3 survivors. Trains 12 in Edo. Anniversary. Fubara prioritizes a project completion. Roll out 20-day program. Delta denies a palliative diversion as civil society organizations, non-governmental organizations raise the alarm. Royal Iwere Foundation. Others partner on children's STEM education in Warri. Beware of unregistered real estate agents. Lagos warns investors. Amuneke opens up on losing Super Eagles job to Finidi George. That's the much we can take from the Punch newspaper this morning. From the Punch newspaper, we'll flip over to the Sun newspaper. Carlo rejoices with Awujale at 90. We may increase the 615,000 naira minimum wage demand if inflation bites harder. NLC President Ajero merit compromised in civil service. Olapa. Christ Embassy celebrates a Rhapsody of Realities in 4-day event next week. Nigeria has lost Giant of Africa status. Varsity Dawn. Southeast anti-open grazing law hard to obey. May it Allah. Nigeria has lost giant of Africa status. We've taken this. Reps probe Lagos Calabar Highway contract. Foreign Affairs Ministry. Tinubu commissions Funtua Dry Port, says is a pivotal component of Nigeria's port infrastructure. Rivers to establish conflict prevention. Peace Committee in 23 local government areas. Rivers crisis. Call Wike to order. Wabara tells Tinubu cyber security levy splits National Assembly. Rivers governor confirms new speaker. Enugu government, FAAN set up committee on infrastructural upgrade of Enugu Airport. Court dismisses suit challenging federal government on 23 trillion naira ways and means loans. Prince Harry, wife to arrive Nigeria today. Federal government moves telecom tariff increase. Support Governor Idris government. Aid urges KB South indigents. Reps summon NDPHCMD over abandoned 252 megawatts power plant in Bayelsa. OPL 245 suit. Italian authorities demote a prosecutor for lack of impartiality, fairness. Lawaja tax Air Force War College participants on leadership capacity. 4.135 billion naira fraud. Ex-aviation minister Sirika, daughter, son-in-law, docked, get 400 million naira bail. Police investigate land grabbing saga in Lagos. Community, army bicker over alleged peace treaty with Fulani herdsmen. Edo court joins BTC in suit against Oba of Benin. Suleja jailbreak. Federal government releases a rehabilitation fund as many inmates recaptured. Herdsmen kill agro rangers. Commander in Benue. Senate approves death sentence for convicted drug barons. Lawmaker flags off free medical for constituents. Plateau killings. Women, children most affected. Amnesty International report. And that's the most we can take from the Sun newspaper this morning. From the Sun newspaper, we'll flip over to Daily Post newspaper. Rivers crisis. Why I was loyal to Wike while working for Fubara. Ex-Attorney General Adambo. Police seek public assistance in finding parents of 3 lost but found brothers. NCC signs a memorandum of understanding with Nokia to train young Nigerians on latest 4G, 5G radio. Prince Harry, Meghan to arrive Nigeria today. Don't overburden Nigerians with levies, tariffs. Delta speaker to federal government. Amewolu led legislators accuse Fubara of plots to demolish Rivers Assembly quarters. Nasarawa Chief George pardons 167 inmates. Federal government expresses readiness to partner states to bring growth, development to citizens. Nigerian Army hands over rescued Chibok girl, 3 children to Borno government. Bauchi Chief Judge cautions a magistrate, Sharia court judges against remand of debtors, alleged fraud. Court admits bundles of documents as evidence against MFLA. Cyber security levy, not for individuals. Falana. And that's the much we can take from the Daily Post newspaper this morning. From the Daily Post newspaper, we'll flip over to the Nation newspaper. NYSC to call members respect host communities' traditions. NYSC to call members respect host communities' tradition. Prince Harry, Meghan, expected in Nigeria today. Federal government committed to green sustainable environment. Suspended Eningi's suit against Oba of Benin admits BTC as a co-defendant. ASU rejects wage award, insists on negotiated salary for members. MFLA's trial. I was forced to give $600,000 bribe for contract payment, says witness. You are listening to newspaper headlines on Ebona, the 103.5 FM. We'll now go for a short break. When we come back, we'll continue on the stories making the headlines on the Nation newspaper this morning. Stay with us.
Do you know that you have the right to political broadcasting? The National Broadcasting Commission says any person, group of
If you know your history, then you will know where you are coming from. And in whatever you do, seek wisdom. Knowledge is power. Inugo Maka the book, Hip Hop and Igbo Culture, authored by Martin Ifeanyichukwu Ekezie Ezanumba the First. Metal of Ebona the 103.5 FM. There is a great insight in hip hop and Igbo culture. You can get this book or pick it up at a bookshop in St. Teresa's Catholic Church, Omonia, or at Ebona the 103.5 FM Ogidi. You can also get this book at the Catechist office in St. Michael's Catholic Church, Abacha, or you go to www.amazon.com, search for Hip Hop and Igbo Culture by Martin Ifeanyichukwu Ekezie. For further information on how to get this book, please call 080-3916-7049 or your WhatsApp 080-6579-6599.
Ndewo gị onye na-ege ntị, obi ụtọ ka m ji na-anabata gị n'ihe mma hirodo n'okwu gbasara ala na ụlọ obibi. Na nke taa, anyị na ndị ụlọ ọrụ Akụbeze Housing Estate nọ ebe a. Ndewo nwaanyị ọma.
Onye ọma na-ege anyị ntị, udo dịrị gị. Anyị bụ ndị ụlọ ọrụ Akụbeze Housing Estate. Ihe na-enye anyị ọṅụ bụ ịhụ na onye ukwu na onye nta nwetara ụlọ obibi nke ya n'ọnụ ego na-anaghị anyịji aka. Isi ụlọ ọrụ anyị dị na D Signature Plaza, Unizik Junction, na ncherịta ihu Dorisha Restaurant, Ọka, Anambra Steeti. Anyị nwekwara ngalaba ụlọ ọrụ anyị ndị ọzọ dịka nke dị na Oshimiri Lane Junction, Old Road, Mkpọ, n'akụkụ ọfịs ndị Igbo Love Themselves Charity Foundation, Mkpọ, Anambra Steeti. Nwekwa na nọmba 108 Ogwi Road, Enugu Steeti, opposite Nnamdi Azikiwe National Stadium. Akara ekwentị ị ga-ejikwa anyị bụ 0906 877-9065. Gbaa mbọ dịdata ya. Ọ bụrụ na ekwenye ma anyị azaghị gị oku ozugbo, zibatara anyị ozi edemede text message maọbụ WhatsApp. Iwu bụ na anyị ga-azaghachirịrị gị. Lekwakwa akara ekwentị ahụ 0906 877-9065. Anyị nwere ala ndị bụ ezi ọha obi eru oge ala, ịrụ ụlọ, ibiri n'udo na ọṅụ, na-enweghị nsogbu ndị obodo asịkwa ndị asịrị. Mba, anyị na-akpachapụ anya hazie ihe niile gbasara ala ahụ, sụọ ya kpọm tupu anyị amalite ire.
Kedu ebe unu nwegasịrị ala dị mma maka iji rụọ ụlọ obibi?
Anyị nwere ala na mgbakọ ka North dị na Anambra Steeti 1.5 million naira, nwekwa na Achalauka North 1.4 million naira. N'Oji River, ala anyị nwere na-agara gị n'ọnụ ahịa dị ala 550,000 naira. N'Obe Community, opposite Estate University, Agbani, ị ga-enweta ala anyị n'ọnụ 8 million naira. Ịchọọ igote ala n'Ugbo Ọka beside Renaissance University, Ugbo Ọka, Sọfet bụ ihe separatịrị ala anyị ga-enye gị na University ahụ 3.5 million naira. N'akụkụ Maduka University, Ekpegbe, Enugu Steeti 3.5 million naira. Abịa n'Imo Steeti, anyị nwere ala n'Ọgbakụ nke ị ga-enweta n'ọnụ ego egburu na ntụ 3 million naira. Ihe o jiri maa mma nke ukwuu bụ na ala ndị a bụ ịzụtara ha, ịmalite rụbara onwe gị ụlọ ozugbo na-enweghị ndị ga-abịa ịjụ gị ese ma ọ bụ nyewe gị nsogbu.
Ị na-akọwa na onye zụọ ala na Akụbeze Housing Estate rụọ ụlọ ya ejirizi anya ya abụọ hiri ụra?
Anyị na-atụ anya n'ala, jụọ ese, nweta akwụkwọ zuru oke tupu anyị etinye isi na ihe gbasara ịgo ala, nke bụ na igote ala n'aka Akụbeze Housing Estate. O nweghị onye gị na ya nwere okwu. Ị nwekwara ike kwụọ ụgwọ otu o siri masị gị ugboro tupu ịkwụtọpụ ya. Ịbịa, anyị na gị akparịa, haziere gị ya, gbatịkwuoro gị oge ị ga-eji kwụọ ụgwọ ala ka ọ dịrị gị mfe, wee bụrụzie landlord maọbụ landlady n'otu ntabi anya. Kubweze Housing Estate. Ihe na-akachasị enye anyị ọṅụ bụ ịhụ na ị nwetara ala ahụ bụ ebumnobi gị ị ga-eji rụọ ụlọ ọnụ ọchị awa gị. Ngwa kpọtụrụ anyị n'isi ụlọ ọrụ anyị nke dị na D Signature Plaza, Unizik Junction na ncherịta ihu Nọrisha Restaurant, Ọka, Anambra Steeti. Chetakwa na ngalaba ụlọ ọrụ anyị dị na Oshimiri Lane Junction, Old Road, Mkpọ, beside ọfịs ndị Igbos Love Themselves Charity Foundation, Mkpọ, Anambra Steeti, nakwa na nọmba 108 Ogui Road, Enugu Steeti, opposite Nnamdi Azikiwe National Stadium.
Ngwa kpọpụtagharịkwa ebe ndị ahụ unu nwegasịrị ala ọzọ.
Anyị nwere ala na Mgbakwoka North nke dị na Anambra Steeti. Ị ga-enweta ya na 1.5 million naira, na Achalaọka North 1.4 million naira, n'Oji River 550,000 naira, n'Obe Community opposite Estate University, Agbani. Ị ga-enweta ala anyị n'ọnụ 8 million naira, n'Ugboka beside Renaissance University, Ugboka. So fence bụ ihe separate anyị na University, 3.5 million naira. Maduka University, Ekpegbe, Enugu Steeti, n'akụkụ Maduka University, Ekpegbe, Enugu Steeti, 3.5 million naira. N'Imo Steeti, Ọgbakọ, ị ga-enweta ala anyị n'ọnụ 3 million naira. Akubweze Housing Estate. Ihe na-enye anyị obi aṅụrị bụ ịhụ na ị nọrọ nke ọma n'ọdụ ọfụma dịka landlord maọbụ landlady. Lekwa akara ekwentị anyị, gbaa mbọ dịdata ya 0906 8779065, 0906 8779065.
Imeela maka ịbịa nọnyere anyị n'ihe omume a taa. Ndewo.
Ekene m unu.
How best can we talk about the challenges we are having on our streets, our community, our society in general? Street report. If we do not address these challenges on Ebonadi FM, who will? As the happenings around us get as complicated as they can be. Street report is here to make sense of it all. Street report is causing social change across your streets. In your community, Street Report is here with hardcore journalists to get to the roots of our problem. Why don't you join me, Martin Ifanyu, as number the force for journalists to get to the roots of our problem? Why don't you join me, Martin Ifanyu, as number the force every Friday, 4:30 p.m. on Apapa 103.5 FM as Street Reports unfolds
in your face.
On Emas and Ebona, the corner
24/7, 24/7.
You're welcome back to Newspaper Headlines on Ebona at the 103.5 FM. Remember that you can become part of the conversation by sending your reactions via SMS or WhatsApp messages on 080-96661035. You can as well join us on Facebook as we are live at Ebona at the 103.5 FM. Drop your comments on the comment section of the live video. We are on to the Nation newspaper. MFL's trial. I was forced to give $600,000 bribe for contract payment, says witness. Why oil theft, kidnapping persists in Niger Delta by Badaru. Federal government, telecos differ on tariff hike. Ekiti government, Kavista Holding signed memorandum, multi-billion naira memorandum of understanding on cassava farming. Ekiti government, Kavista Holding signed a multi-billion naira memorandum of understanding on cassava farming. Senate okays death penalty for drug traffickers. Still on the stories making the headlines on the Nation newspaper this morning, court rejects suit against federal government's plan to delay payment of Central Bank of Nigeria's 22.7 trillion naira loans. NESG urges government to reconsider policy on cybersecurity levy. SEC tightens grip on private company debt issuance with new rules. We will leave behind legacy of strong institutions, not strong politicians. Makinde. Why oil theft persists in Niger Delta, Badaru. Rivers to set up conflict prevention peace committees in 23 local government areas. Tinubu appoints Eperipe as co-chairman of NCDMB Governing Council. Lego tussle with Oba of Benin needless, says Edo APC governorship campaign organization. Federal government, mobile network operators differ on hike in telecom tariff. More of Suleja fleeing 109 inmates recaptured, says minister. That's the most we can take from the Nation newspaper this morning. From the Nation newspaper, we'll flip over to this day newspaper. Oyebanji, time is nigh for foreign businessmen to invest in Nigeria. Biden, college protests, Gaza, and the 2024 elections. Abu Razak, Paras committed to building digital economy. IMF backs CBN's tough monetary policy, solicits a robust cybersecurity framework. Stakeholders call for urgent rehabilitation of Lagos Airport International Terminal to stop incessant fire incidents. Cybersecurity levy. ProShare reports queries receipt of unappropriated funds by ONSA. American Express Business Credit Card debuts in Nigeria. Naira declines at a both official parallel market to 1,459 naira per dollar, 1,455 naira. Italian judiciary punishes a prosecutor for wrongdoing in Nigeria's OPL 245 case. Tariff hike. Labour threatens to picket offices of Electricity Regulatory Agency on Monday. Stakeholders call for urgent rehabilitation of Lagos Airport International Terminal to stop incessant fire incidents. We've taken this. Air Peace bags ICAN Achievement Award. Access Bank partners MasterCard to expand the cross-border payments, boost financial inclusion across Africa. Cavilla raises the bar with luxurious apartment. That's the much we can take from this day newspaper. From this day newspaper, we'll flip over to Nigerian Tribune. NDE flags off entrepreneurship training program in Para. SEC issues new rules on issuance, allotment of private companies' securities, automation of ship registry, gender inclusion to receive attention. Nimasa DG, 37 years after, Awolowo's name is still remembered for good. FAPE. 5 injured as operatives, gunmen exchange gunfire in Anambra. Wike tax REDAN on partnership. 2024 Article IB consultation for urgent reforms in Nigeria. Tinubu, Buhari celebrates Awujale at 90. ASR Africa Initiative begins classroom projects in Uyo Varsity. NACA to strengthen multi-sectoral approach in fight against HIV. NLC, TUC issues NERC 3-day ultimatum to reverse hiked electricity tariff. Federal government plans upgrade of National Fire Academy to world-class standard. That's from the Nigerian Tribune this morning. That will also mark the conclusion of all that we have for you on this particular edition of Newspaper Headlines on Ebona, the 103.5 FM. We'll now flip over to our WhatsApp portal for reactions. This morning we have this message coming from Akushiez Ifani Augustine from Okozo, and he says, let the governor of CBN adapt any good strategies that will be sustainable for our banking sector. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Now we have this message. It's coming from Engineer Ebuka Joshua Dawson, joining us from 3-3, and he says federal government should provide adequate security to Okwama Ewu as hours after army's exit. One person macheted, 3 injured as intruders loot Okwama Ewu. Lagos Calabar Coastal Highway projects not okayed by National Assembly. Procurement for probe. Does it mean that the award of the contract did not follow due process and also did not get the approval of the National Assembly? Senate reps disagree on implementation of cybersecurity levy. It's a welcome development as this will affect a lot of business in the country. Senate on Thursday, May 9th, approved the death penalty for those convicted of the charges of drug trafficking in the country. It's a welcome development. Hope they won't be biased on it. Engineer Ebuka Joshua Dawson from 33. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Now we have this message. It is coming from Ogugwa Kenneth Okuchuku from of the masses. It's a big problem to the leaders of this country. The window economy is another problem in this country. The work of legislature, judiciary, executive to salvage this country is not unfolding. Saga Fulani talking about killing of his people in Southeast is a call for partiality and tribalism, and he says never warned them about killing and raping our women here, and kidnapping saga troops have to be gallant to combat the kidnappers, and the people of Ukwama will come back to their home. Is a welcome addition to them. And Emefele's trial saga continues holding him is a mere. They are using him to distract us for not knowing what happened again in Nigeria. We are watching as things are unfolding. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Now we have this message. It's coming from Maluto Patrick from Monteja, and it says the issue of insecurity has become an everyday news in Nigeria. There is no day that passes by without hearing one security incident or another, and it is like insecurity has defied all known human approaches. I think it is very ridiculous and that at the same time shameful to hear that the governor of Kaduna State government has concluded arrangements to relocate over 300 schools in the state as a result of prevailing insecurity in the state. Please, may I use this opportunity to ask the governor where he intends to relocate those schools? Is it within Kaduna State or outside Kaduna? If it is within Kaduna, what makes those areas safer? If it is outside Kaduna, why not ask the governor of the state the recipe he uses to make his state safer? I think it is high time our political leaders stop deceiving themselves. In the same vein, let me use this opportunity to wish the first executive governor of Old Anambra State, Dr. Jim Ifeanyi Chukwunwobodo, anyanwụ na-awala ọra na Nkano, Enugu State, a happy birthday as he marks his 84th birthday. Thanks. This is coming from Waloto Patrick from Monteja. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Now we have this message. It is coming from Valentine Edene from Mpo, and it says Buckingham families have turned Nigeria as their private company. King Charles came not quite long ago now. Prince Harry, what innovation have they brought to Nigeria? It's high time our country will wake from their slumber, because I strongly believe that without him, second name will be prosperous. And it says cyber security levy, they said, is not for individuals. Then what about levy and stamp duties we are paying banks instead of banks to pay us for using our money for transactions? Is pure fraud. Our greedy leaders contributed 90% to lost position of a giant of Africa. Too bad to hear our experience from grace to grass. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Now we have this message. It is coming from Iweka Ifani from Ikenga Gidi, and it says the beauty of a country is dependent on the policies made by the ruling class. If they fail to make good decisions, the country bleeds. But if right, everybody rejoices. Please, our political class should learn to think before leap. From Iweka Ifani from Ikengo Gidi, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Now we have this message is coming from Chike Obata from Ubinititi Okozo, and he says Fubara asks President Tinubu to caution Wike. Very good one. Please let President Tinubu talk to Wike with truth to River State and Fubara B. He says a rep to stop cybersecurity levy is very good, because since President Tinubu assumed office, what we hear is increment of all things. May it Allah lied against the Southeast all the time for killing their members, but they are the ones killing us. Kudos to Rivers State House members for telling federal government not to kill Nigerians with increment of things. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Now we have this message. It is coming from Kenneth Ndubisu Kafa from Umweze Umunachi, and he says, I commend House of Reps for halting cyber security levy from CBN. I expect that Senate should also join if they have a welfare of people on their minds. Anybody supporting that policy is wicked and not helping Nigerians. Let government use the NIN, BVN to curb security crimes. That's the reason the number were issued. Kenneth Ndubisioka from Umweze Umunachi, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We will now flip over to our Facebook portal for more reactions. From our Facebook portal this morning, we have a message coming in from the youngest Afrayo. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We have a message coming from Chinwoba Ume, and he says, good morning. Nigeria is a country where every news we hear is all about money, and yet it is not used for the betterment of the masses. Everything are for the rich. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We have this message is coming from Dr. Mrs. Mma Olebara from Owerri, and she says, why can't our leaders follow due process in the award of this coastal highway contract? Why was it not advertised? Is that one our priority for now? Why is Tinubu's son a board member to that company? Why should a contract of such magnitude not pass through the National Assembly? A lot of illegalities and unacceptable things keep going on in this country. We play a lot with serious issues in this country. Let that contract be cancelled with immediate effect. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We have a message coming from Monty, and he says, okay, he's Chibike, yeah, Chibike, and he says, from Ihuapala, he's watching us live. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Now, we have this message coming from Ozo Francis Nnamani from Amagunze in Enugu State. He says, okay, thank God it's Friday. Keep up the good work. Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning, Ozo Francis Nnamani. Well, this is the spot where we'll call it a day on this particular edition of Newspaper Headlines on Airborne at 103.5 FM. Remember, it comes your way weekdays in the morning once it's 7 o'clock. So keep a date and don't touch the dial of Airborne at 103.5 FM once it's 8:20. This morning, we'll be back with Birthday Splash. Till we meet again, I am Martin. Have a fabulous morning.
How best can we talk about the challenges we are having on our streets, our community, our society in general? Street report. If we do not address these challenges on Ebonadi FM, who will? As the happenings around us get as complicated as they can be,
Government, whatever.
Street report is here to make sense of it all. Street report is causing social change across your streets, in your community. Street report is here with hardcore journalism to get to the roots of our problem. Why don't you join me, Martin as number the force every Friday, 4:30 p.m. on Ebonadi 103.5 FM as Street Reports on Fools.
In your face.
On Emas in Ebonadi corner
24/7. 24/7.
If you know your history, then you will know where you are coming from. And in whatever you do, seek wisdom. Knowledge is power. Inugo Maka the book, Hip Hop and Igbo Culture, authored by Martin Ifeanyichukwu Ekezie, exam the first. Metal of Ebon at the 103.5 FM. There is a great insight in hip hop and Igbo culture. You can get this book or pick it up at a bookshop in St. Teresa's Catholic Church, or at Ebon at the 103.5 FM Ogidi. You can also get this book at the Catechist office in in St. Michael's Catholic Church, Abacha, or you go to www.amazon.com, search for Hip Hop and Igbo Culture by Martin Ifanichuku Ekezie. For further information on how to get this book, please call 080-3916-7049 or your WhatsApp
080-6377-6599. ụmụnne shakashaka akụkọ ifo ilu Igbo nakwa abụ bụ ihe eji mara ndị Igbo. Ya mere Igbo ji kwuo okwu sị na ọnwa tibe iji agụba ngwụrọ kpatara na akata ụka dị onye ọrịa mma ọsị ka ewelitekwuo ya isi. N'ihe ndị a niile ka onye ọka mmụta Maazị Chinua Achebe jiri kwuo sị n'ihe anyị ji apụta egwu ọnwa abụghị na onye ọbụla nọ na be ya agaghị ahụ ọnwa, kama na ọ bụ ka anyị nọrịa nnọrịkọta nke ụmụnne. Sonyere Maazị Prince Onyekachukwu Oreki Shakashaka n'ebe ọ na-adị FM 103.5 kwa ụbọchị Fraịde ọbụla ma ọ kụọ elekere 7 nke uhuruchi n'oge akụkọ ifo ilu Igbo nakwazi abụ Igbo. Ịnụgo akụkọ mbe nwanịga, ịnụgo akụkọ agụ na ọsa. Bịa ndị nta akara, ndị prima nakwa ndị sekọndịrị. Sonyere Shakashaka n'ebe ọ na-adị FM 103.5 n'oge akụkọ ifo kwa ụbọchị Fraịde ma ọ kụọ elekere 7 nke uhuruchi. Ka akọrọ gị akụkọ ifo, ka a jụọ ajụjụ, ka ịzakwa. Ịzata ajụjụ akpọrọ gị aka, mana ọ bụ na ịzataghị apịawa gị azụ. Ịma ka o si adị n'ebe ọ na-adị 103.5 FM oge akụkọ ifo. Ka anyị nọrọ ya akụkọ ifo ilu Igbo ya nakwa abụ Igbo n'ebe ọ na-adị FM 103.5. Oke ihe mmụta dị n'ime ya.
Chichi ya abịa, chichi ya abịa, chichi ya abịa, chichi ya abịa. I love you, I love you, I need you, I love you.
Man is a political animal. That's why we all have our views on politics. Political View comes to you at Ebonade 103.5 FM with Martin Ifanichuku Ekezie every Monday, 3 o'clock p.m. to 4:30 p.m. and Saturday, 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. It's all about the day-to-day activities in the Nigerian political space. Views of political actors from various political parties on political process. Views of labor leaders, and most importantly, your views. Views of the common Nigerian. Tune in to Ebonade 103.5 FM or you join online via mixlr.com/gistfm every Monday and Saturday. What are your political views? Keep a date.
ezinụlọ ọdịmma ezinụlọ bụ ọdịmma obodo. Onye doziri ezinụlọ edozigo obodo. Family is the foundation of the society. Na ọdịmma ezinụlọ n'ebe ọ na-adị 103.5 FM bụ ebe anyị ga na-etinye anya n'okwu gbasara ezinụlọ.
Papa, mama na ụmụaka maka ịmata ihe gbasara ezinụlọ. Sonyelu Classic Lady.
Emenarị Classic Lady
N'ebe ọ na-adị 103.5
FM n'oge ọdịmma ezinụlọ. Nke na-abịara gị every Tuesday na Friday 3 to 4 p.m.
Hello, Friday. Thank God it's Friday. Friday, the most favorable day of the week. So hook up with DJ Easy every Friday by 9 p.m. on Ebon at the 103.5 FM. This is a program where we bring unto you entertainment and the best of fun, and also give you the privilege to make some music requests. TGIF, thank God it's Friday. Don't miss this every Friday night by 9 p.m. with DJ Easy on Ebon at the 103.5 FM. Hello, Friday.
Admission Sale of forms for 2024-2025 academic session into JS1, JS2, and SS1. NTC1 is ongoing at Archbishop Hiri Technical College, Ogidi. It is a science and technology-based college for secondary education where creativity and innovation meet with entrepreneurship skills. Available departments includes electrical installation and maintenance works, building construction, computer craft, GSM repairs, motor vehicle mechanics, and creative arts. Features of the college includes ultra-modern hostel facilities, constant power supply, healthy water system, modern library, equipped standard laboratories, standard health clinics, conducive classrooms, and serene study environment. Entrance examination holds on 9/6. Sign management.
Ladies and gentlemen, tighten your seatbelt as we take you on this smooth ride. Let's go! It's the morning drive on 103.5 Ebona EFM. Be informed. Let's interact only on the morning drive.
Make it a day.
Okay. Guys, Catholic Church, available at St. Michael's Catholic Church, Abacha. Now,